Now that Prime Minister Modi is all set to arrive in New York, the beginning of Prime Minister Modi's week-long US trip couldn't have been any better. A crowd at the NRG Stadium that erupted at every sentence of the Prime Minister's speech. But the focus now shifts to New York, where it's going to be a busy week filled with bilateral and multilateral engagements. Prime Minister Modi will be attending over 40 meetings, which will culminate in the UN General Assembly address on Friday. The highlight of Prime Minister Modi's packed schedule will be the India-US bilateral interaction. Modi will meet US President Donald Trump in New York on Tuesday. It will be their fourth meeting in as many months. That meeting is expected to set the tone of the India-US bilateral relationship. On the cards are discussions on bilateral, regional and global issues, including efforts to address trade disputes. But the Prime Minister will start the week by addressing the UN Climate Action Summit on Monday, where he is expected to outline India's environmental and climate action policy. He will showcase what India has done to address climate change issues and spell out India's expectations and aspirations from the international community. The Prime Minister will also discuss domestic policy on water and transport. Remember, India is even pushing for greater plurilateral engagement this year, where it will take part in forums with large groups of countries. The two scheduled plurilaterals are the Indo-Pacific Island Leaders Meeting and the India-CARICOM meetings, which include island nations like Antigua and Barbuda, Trinidad and Tobago at the United Nations. Modi will also showcase his government's achievements over the last 5 years. He will outline India's future as a leader in shaping global politics and socio-economic agenda. Multilateralism will be the overarching theme of Modi's speech at the United Nations. His speech is expected to generate attention in view of the tensions between India and Pakistan over the scrapping of special status of Jammu and Kashmir. India has reiterated its stand that Jammu and Kashmir is its internal matter. Now, during his US tour over the next few days, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be attending the UN Climate Action Summit of 2019 on 23rd of September. The summit is being held before the second mega meeting of the International Solar Alliance to be held in New Delhi. Modi, along with the then French President François Hollande, had jointly inaugurated the Solar Summit in Paris on the sidelines of the COP21 UN Climate Conference. Now, the International Solar Alliance is an alliance of more than 122 countries. This initiative by India was first proposed by Modi on his trip to the UK in 2015. Just ahead of the summit, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has said that India is a fundamental partner in international efforts on climate action and is making a fantastic effort to grow its renewable energy basket. The Climate Action Summit, which comes right after the global climate strike led by Greta Thunberg, will see global leaders presenting concrete ideas to cut greenhouse emissions by 45% in the next 1 decade and to zero by the year 2050. Modi will be among the first set of speakers at the summit in the UN General Assembly chamber, along with Prime Minister of New Zealand Jacinda Ardern and German Chancellor Angela Merkel. While Modi is expected to highlight India's commitment to meeting the targets that are decided at the Paris conference in 2015, he is expected to showcase India's challenges while moving towards cleaner energy. India has an installed power generation capacity of 358 gigawatt, of which around 22% or 80 gigawatts is generated from clean energy projects such as solar and wind. With the addition of large hydro projects to the clean energy segment, India is poised to have 225 gigawatts of renewable energy by 2022, out of which 70 gigawatts are expected to be added through solar energy alone. But the push for renewables will come at a steep price, with India needing to invest over $2 trillion till 2030 to meet its climate change actions. Now, the last 4 years were the hottest 4 on record. July this year was the hottest month in recorded history. Temperatures are on the rise even in the Arctic, and the species extinction rate is higher than ever. Life-threatening impacts of climate change on weather, air quality, health and its threat to food security, economy and social harmony are becoming more and more evident now, and India has made it clear that it is on track with its pre-2020 climate goals and will not reassess its targets before 2023.